Morning all. Happy Father's Day. How goes it? Welcome. Excuse me, I'm a few minutes late. I had to step in front of the air conditioner because I was melting. Really, I was melting. So thank you for being here. And I welcome you. We have some background music here that I'm going to turn down now. Introducing myself to people who may not know me. Michelle Sailing, spiritual director and teacher, writer, channeling medium. Responsible for the outreach for what I hope is inspiration, enlightenment, and empowerment to all of you who participate with us. The Sacred Journey of Life is a spiritual center and a healing order. So it's our goal to get you what you need for your spiritual expression and development. And today, the guiding teachers are the angels Raziel and Metatron. And they've introduced themselves here before. They've been here before. Why they're here is they are concerned that people are not using this opportunity of what has happened in the social isolation, social distancing, whatever. They've not used it to do the work of creating a new future, coming from the possibility of spiritual being manifesting in the physical world. What they're concerned about is what they're seeing to a great degree are people trying to pick up pieces from the debris and get back to what was. Their concern, it's not going to happen. Their concern is your disappointment and your frustration that it's not going to happen like that. Who there was is the opportunity to be present and known to you as your higher self that you've not taken much time to be with in the past. So what the lesson is on today is there is a lesson here for self-healing, and there is the work today is, I'm going to say, is very subtle. We're going to be dealing with some subtle energies. So please be patient. If it's hard and it takes something, believe me, I know. I've been going through this all week. I know. So there will be a chat room on Wednesday. We're going to have the opportunity to go through this again. If you want me to send you any notes, I recommend you take notes. And I actually recommend right now, if you have a journal, that you're taking notes, because the meditation we're going to do is going to be like a hands-on working one, that you do some self-examination before I go into the lesson, so that you can use the information and the benefits that Raziel and Metatron are offering inside the lesson. Now, the language of the lesson has come from many different sources that have come into my reading this past week since the lesson was introduced to me. And in a post, I'm actually going to do some quotes. You're going to see these in text so that they can continue to inspire you. And credit and acknowledge those people I stole some language from, because it helped me. Okay? So now what I'd like you to do first is please make sure your phone's off, make sure you're in a quiet space. Please take the opportunity to take advantage of our next 25 minutes together. The music is at the end, and it's actually a celebration of Father's Day, so I hope you stay on to listen to the music that's going to close out this service. So with your eyes closed, I request that you take 3 deep breaths, where you're bringing in through your crown chakra the golden light of the spirit, the spiritual realm, taking this golden light all the way through your 7 centers to the ground. And then as you exhale, bring up the shadow, bring up any pain, bring up any toxins so that we can disappear it. So the breaths will be to the count of 5. So let's take that first breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, expel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel those toxins leaving. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe out again. Have the shadows and toxins now depart. 2, 3, 4, 5. And lastly, to center us again inside spirit, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Now exhale. Shadow, toxins remain centered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Great. Now, for healing, what I'd like you to do is take your dominant hand Now your dominant hand for me, like I write with my right. Take your dominant hand, please, and lay it in your heart chakra so it's anywhere across your chest. Open. Palm down, open. Then take the other hand, please, and put it on your solar plexus, which is really your belly button area. Again, palm down, hand open. Close your eyes. I want you to begin to feel the circuit of energy from heart through your right arm to the solar plexus, up your left, back to your heart. The energy again, this circuit of energy from your heart, from that energy center, through your right arm to your solar plexus, and then back from that I am place, up the left arm to your heart chakra. Fill yourself up with you. Fill yourself up with you. You are in your heart. Your heart is informing your I am of its worth, of its value, of its importance, and the difference it's making on this planet, in this life. So fill you up. Fill the I am up, coming from the heart chakra. Expanding that heart chakra as we do this. Informing the I am and returning to the heart, with your torso actually now physically feeling like it's 10 times out here in space. 10 times now out here in space. And just be with that, please, for just about 15 seconds. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones. To help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them with myself to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I put my trust in the love and power of God. So, the intention today, the intention for this lesson. The title is called Self-Recalibration. And self-recalibration, and so what the angel saw was this reaching out for the mystical information to inform who you are here, to empower your mystical perception of operating in this life. Moving through your sacred journey of life to that ladder, that highway of consciousness, through the 10 levels of consciousness to heaven. We're actually building your stairway to heaven. But integration is only possible when we know what exists within us now. We're absolutely going to be straight with ourselves. We're absolutely going to be authentic with ourselves. We're going to begin to look at what exists within ourselves, because until we acknowledge that, we can't begin the process of repair, reclaim, restore, recover. We can't. We're operating, we're putting icing on a mud pie, okay? We're not going to do that. And I want you to know this is a process. Enlightenment is not a destination, it's a journey. So please remember that and be patient with yourselves here. Okay? So, here we go. What exists within me? What exists within us? The questions, I think, are kind of black and white, and I think you can reach some things just in this interaction I'm going to have with you. But I want you to understand that what you have going on there are 4 bodies participating here. Your spiritual waiting to be evolved, your mental ready to resist, your emotional in a state of response. Your physical will actually be the thermometer, the barometer. Your physical body will actually be what will support us in calibrating, okay? Because where we're going to begin, when we talk about light and dark, first I want you to know lightness and darkness, yin and yang, divine masculine, divine feminine, those opposites exist at the same time. There's no wall. There's no wall. And they are merely a choice of focus, looking here or looking here. That's all. That's darkness and lightness. Now there's something that calls us up, usually negatively, usually in a defeatist mode, that brings us to the focus of dark. But there's nothing wrong with that, because dark is about what's void, what's open, what's missing. And it's actually, you could look at it like you look at a chalkboard, a black chalkboard, a place to actually create to, bring light to and create into your future. That's what the angels are asking you to do, is create into your new future, using that darkness, whatever that experience has been and has been brought to you by this dis-ease, this pandemic. And we're going to begin to do that, because when I say your body is the thermostat, your body is the medium. Your body is central to your development. You are not incarnated by accident. You didn't choose all these things that are in your physical by accident. And I'm talking about all those conversations, the parents, the teachers, the education, what you choose to believe, what you choose to ignore. None of that's accidental. The impact is felt in our bodies. You can see it's obvious when some people are defeating themselves with drug addiction, food addiction, sex addiction. All of those are impacted, and the body is the instrument that's punished. So we're going to ask our body to reveal to us what's existing within us. What's existing within us that we've been ignoring or rejecting, disowning or denying. It's going to show up in our body, okay? It can first be in that heart center, because a lot of times, obviously, it can be in that place of heart, which we associate, obviously, with emotion. But I want you to actually close your eyes and look to see in your body what your body's telling you about discomfort. There's pain in your body. There's a not knowing in your body. There's a shadow that's showing up. There's been an opportunity through this whole time frame of this last 3 months where you've been unconscious, where you've chosen to go into the corner of the room. And it's impacted your body. So allow your body to reveal to you through your heart mind, not your mind. I don't want your mind to understand. I don't want anything from your mind, because the only response your mind can give when you seek to grow is resistance. Your mind is the enemy in this exercise. Your mind is resistant to, and it very much stand for the status quo. So it's not about understanding this right now, it's just about collecting the information we experience. So looking at your body, what is your body revealing to you as to the pain, to the emotion? What's there? What's present? What are we rejecting? What are we covering up? What are we denying? What are we disowning? And where is that in your body? Your stomach? Your knees? Difficulty sitting? Lack of rest or sleep? Your body's been punished while you've been choosing to ignore information your guides have been imploring you to take on. Deprogram, decondition. So just take a look and come up with 3 of them. Now I'm going to tell you about 2 areas, because one is obvious because of a friend I know and love dearly. And one of them is one of the things I see I do, that I discovered. And my lower back pain is associated with the one about I'm not enough. And if I'm not enough, then I have to do more for more people. And what happens is it distracts me, and it disturbs my commitment and promise to empower and inspire, because the focus is not here. It's eyeballs in. Eyeballs in. It's over here about, well, when this feels whole and complete, as granted by, voted on by my mind, obviously, then I can get on with my life. Then I can take that on. Then I'm allowed that. And I realized that my first physical sign is lower back pain. That I'm like, it's like pushing too hard. And then I can say, what am I pushing? Well, where did that come from? Where did that begin to occur? What was the inciting incident? And an inciting incident will be where I felt not enough. I felt like they cut me off on the phone call because I'm not enough. They didn't answer my text right away because I'm not enough. The money didn't come when promised because I'm not enough. It doesn't matter. There are multiple inciting incidents. What we try to do is what humans do when we're not doing the work from a spiritual place, is we try to figure it out, and we're out here physically looking at the universe about what was the obstacle time-wise, why didn't it occur in my space physically. That's not even the question to ask. The question to ask is the urgency we put behind the answer. Again, we can feel that in our body. Now, the other thing I have to suggest to you is flirting. Flirting. There's this way we have of being with people when we're not enough. Adding that. Adding like there's something to be gained by working with me here. It can be a look. It can be a smirk. But there's something we do. And if you've been in a bar, you know what I'm talking about. You're sitting there, and instead of presenting yourself like, I'm here, you're there, and I'd like to know you, what we're doing is adding this energy. There's this subtle energy of conversation, of a promise. We don't even know if we're able to deliver anyway, but this is promise because, again, it's covering up what the true request is. We're covering up where we're going. We think we're being subtle. And what we're being is we're being inauthentic and we're lying. We're not presenting ourselves. We're not really presenting what we want to own in this conversation. It's trickery. It's trickery. Friendship by trickery. And we want to begin to reject some of these ways of operating. Like I said, there's a multitude. I want you to look in your body and see and do the work. It will take calling yourself to do the work. Trusting your heart and your soul. Leaving your mind out here a little bit on the periphery. And allowing yourself to feel the expansion in your 4 centers. And that could help you too. Knowing the 7 chakras, we know what they impact with us. The base and root for sexual needs and demands and being centered and grounded. The solar plexus with the I am. Or is it who am I? Is it I am or who am I? What's the question you're asking? Because again, they're coming from it spiritually, there's I am. And coming from I am my commitment, my promise inside this incarnation to deliver. Inside of who I am is a question that opens up exterior conditions to answer that. It weakens you, it disempowers you, it disembowels you, okay? Then there's the heart chakra, that sometimes we actually tighten. We resist the energy being remoted. We resist that natural response when we come to something, someone we love. And again, it's usually coming from the, who am I entitled? Who am I? Do they mean me? Who am I? Is this really mine? Who am I? This is a surprise. Instead of being responsible for the fact that who you are is a higher self and higher being is someone who manifested it. I am that I can manifest. That's who I am. I am that I can manifest. Now, programming and conditioning. We just got to know that we make up stuff. That's first. We make up stuff, okay? And we've got to unpack this barrel of tricks that we all have. We've got to begin to unlearn them. And we've got to start in one area or another. And I want you to start now. I'm committed. The angels are committed you start now. Because as your life's been dismantled, physically it's been dismantled, right? And there are things and people who are not there now, and there will be new people coming. You won't recognize who your new audience is. You won't recognize who your new community is. You won't recognize the soul tribe now entering your life. If you're still over here with these background conversations about what works for you, who's acceptable to you, who am I proving myself to? You can't put together from the debris that's been left in the past, because that wasn't the universe's intention. It wasn't for you to go there to the ashes. It was for you to be the phoenix from the ashes. Be the phoenix from the ashes. And to repair, we may first need to make amends. The first thing inside this work may be to make amends. And you know who to. I know that in the 12-step programs, they look at this all the time. You can't begin until first you discern the damage, take responsibility, and then make amends. And first you begin with yourself. You've done damage here. You've done damage here. There's love you've lost because of these conversations you had that were more important than the connection. There's opportunities you've lost to be in a fulfilling lifestyle because you chose to believe in and hold on to conversations that weren't even yours. Your parents, your teachers. You've done damage here. It's all by your choice, not done to you. See, they were lessons and opportunities. The answers were provided by you, by me. So first we have to make amends, telling the truth, but so. And not in any heavy way, a light way, and a way of authenticity, a way of saying to that other person, first again for yourself, but to the other person, this is who I want to be for you, and this is who I've been being. And I'm sorry I wasted so much time. I'm sorry. Now let's get on with the game of life. 30 seconds. And as those words are spoken, you will notice you're reclaiming yourself. You're going to begin to notice the energy and the lightness and the light getting bigger and brighter around your third chakra when you speak it. But it shows up in your third eye when you reveal it to yourself. You're willing to just take in what's there. No judgment. Again, mind out here. No judgment. You begin to feel it in your heart chakra. You actually begin to be grateful for yourself and the opportunity that sitting still has actually provided you. And you begin to feel it in the I am chakra. It feels stronger. It feels tight. You know, you just did some ab work. You did some spiritual ab work. And then inside the base and root chakra, where we're grounded and where we need and where we acknowledge our needs, we actually can be responsible about not lying about those needs or tricking people into satisfying those needs, but actually being honest about and fulfilling on them because it has us be full and complete, acknowledging them, letting go of where it is sexual, letting go of the judgments and the self-worth and shame issues, letting go of those. See, now we're reclaiming ourselves. We're reclaiming ourselves. Now we're beginning this process of integration. Now we're in the process of choosing what to believe. And in that consciousness, mindfulness, we're beginning to see where we make up stuff. We begin to see the story is supposed to come up to and make up for what we want to be true. Because again, we're over here saying it can't be true. So we're over here lying about where the story doesn't fit and we kind of add this information. Don't filter the information you're capturing. Don't filter the information. Let it lay there, let it be raw. Naked, nude information and insights into what I've been up to. Yeah, that should probably be the page in your journal. What I've been up to and how you've been part of my story. I haven't been committed to yours. You've been part of my story. And when you fell short, I made it up. I assumed. Then I made you wrong because you didn't even know what I assumed. And I said, you don't love me. You don't respect me. Okay. Unpacking the barrel, unlearning, dismantling, then we can begin to repair. We can begin to restore. We begin to reclaim ourselves. It's inside of that place of feeling, inside of that place of energetically. We don't need much time to actually feel that the energy shifted. There's something I just brought to the space, and it's uncomfortable. There's actually pain here. There's actually some shadowiness. We stop where that shadow shows up, and we tell the truth first that it's there. Then begin to associate again where that physicality maybe is closest to any of the 7 chakras to maybe get closer to the source of it. And we begin to unravel it. We go down a basement, go down another floor. Where did that come from? Why did it, and I actually want to be careful. Why isn't important. It's like, where did that come from? Where has this occurred before? I'm committed to breaking up this pattern of response. Now you're walking your life as you do this. You're living inside your life as you do this. You've got crap to do. We all do, right? But we're beginning to live a life more real. more in touch with where we really want to go. We're actually going to get closer to, this is what I love, this is who I love, this is what I love to do, this is who I love to be. And we're walking that path. And the path is lighter. It's going to get lighter. It's going to be like the road to Oz, except Oz, in this case, is real. Oz is heaven. Oz is that stairway to the next level of who you are as a possibility. And you're being guided now. And you're actually being guided now because you're out here, not in here. You're out here, ready and willing to respond, to be in action. So we're on the path, dear ones. But what we want to again be responsible for is what we've been ignoring, who we've been ignoring, what we've been rejecting, and it doesn't matter why. It could be just because your mother didn't like him. What are you rejecting? And begin to see if you're rejecting an opportunity because you feel too small for it. It's too big for you. Going back again to that solar plexus chakra, instead of being I am, that questioning who am I, begin to look again at what we disown. Like when we do actually and relate to a reaction to a person. We're talking here big time right now about racism. I'm talking about the point right now. But there's that whole glacier under the ocean that we've disowned. We've not been responsible for. We've not been responsible for it. We've denied the conversations that have been there. And when you disown and deny, you can't get to the source, so you can break it apart, dismantle it, and repair it. So look at that. That would be a very good inquiry to have. Look at your programming, because you put something in place. You put a way, a method, an automatic that actually has you go. This shows up, you're there. This shows up, you're there. No thought, no being present to, no being alive to what that was that gripped you, that had you go there, a place where there's no whole you, there's no healthy you. And then look at the conditioning, and I really want you to pay attention to this. It is time in your life that there's some people that shouldn't be there. It is time in your life to now see, and I think it is occurring to a lot of people that I've been counseling or dealing with can see, their world of 22 just went down to 3. As all of this has hit the fans, between the outrageous deaths of these 2 black men, the heartbreaking deaths that are showing up of young men hanging from trees, all of this is showing up. And as a portal to our own soul, we're having inside our bodies this emotional reaction to it because we're good people. We really are good people. And we're beginning to hear and see, like if you watch social media, you listen to the news, or as people are reported, if you sit at the dinner table with your family, or you overhear the conversation when you're outside of what other people are saying, these people you thought were your friends, and how aghast you are that they were ever allowed the opportunity to be present in your life. Begin to look at your conditioning. You've conditioned yourself to be this personality, to keep following this plan you thought was your sacred journey of life. It has to be broken up. You've got to bring in light. You've got to bring in inspiration. You've got to bring to you the people who question and inquire. And you have to begin to disappear, diminish the impact of those people that do not serve spirit, do not serve the upliftment of humanity, do not serve you in your personal development. Begin to see where you've been blinded. Begin to acknowledge what's been taking up space, precious space. and that you, by acquiescence, maybe too sometimes by participation, have supported this ongoing conditioning, which is why nothing is moving on the planet. We're all inside our own conditioning about what we're up to, what we think we can make a difference with, and where we really do know it's time to get off our ass and get into action. We really know. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time. It's time to kick butt. Yours first. Mine first. Kick butt. Start agitating. Feel like the agitator in the washer. Let's start knocking out all these pieces of dirt. Let's begin to see what we chose to believe and just dismantle it. I don't have to know why. Knowing why is not an accomplishment. Understanding is the booby prize, as Werner Erhard has said many, many times. But then let's begin to see and commit to continually unpacking the barrel. And I don't know, but I've had people pass on me, from my former husband to my mother to... I'm always going to have barrels to unpack. I kind of hold it that way as an analogy for barrels to unpack. And they're always going to be there. Because part of the problem was you never saw them. So now, as they show up, get to work and unpack them, okay? So I want to have you look to see what exists. Look to see what your programming's been, what you've allowed. That's, you're going to notice that in whatever your patterns were, your behaviors, your routines were. Look to see the conditioning you put in place so you wouldn't be disturbed and your patterns wouldn't be disturbed. Look at who you have around you to justify the way you're being. And then begin to dismantle. Now again, circumstances are already dismantling them for us as we have to deal with how to make our living. And we're dealing with, you know, let's do, right? We're dealing with operating inside of a condition of uncertainty. This disease is not going to disappear. But we've got to get out there. We've got to get busy. And I'm not talking about picnics and sports and rallies. We've got to get busy. 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. We've got to get busy. We've got to start recovering this. Because as you start to recover this, your light adds to the other light, and all we need is the tipping point. The tipping point. Okay? Light workers, the tipping point. To move us from materialistic life prompts satisfaction to the privilege of being partners in ascension, raising up the planet and humanity to meet who we are as God, the divine. Let's walk the path to the stairway to heaven that's now clearing up. Let's follow the stairway, guided by perception inside prayer and meditation. Go to the angels, Raziel and Metatron. Raziel is the angel who holds the secrets, the mysteries of the divine. And as you seek, will deliver whatever you want and need when you ask. Metatron is the human who became an angel, who translates that for us, who actually can be our teacher, partner, study buddy, to take maybe that enlightenment that came in a dream, or a book, or an audio, or a conversation, and place it for us so it opens our life up. Again, it only takes a request. We are the custodians of our lives. We guard the portals of our soul with the divinely given insights of grace and wisdom through prayer and meditation. We do not fuel our fears. We do not fuel our fears. That's the darkness. We do not live in doubt of our spiritual power. As I hold my light out to you, and as you hold your light out to others, seeking and offering protection, offering palm to palm the light and love of the angels. And wherever we seek to be the bearers of the light and love of the angels, it shall be given. Amen. So what I want to do is, again, I want to offer this, I think, very special song up for you, especially you who are parents, to close our service for today, and remind you that we're going to have the chat room on Wednesday. And I welcome you to be there so that we can go into what you've discovered or what your dreams are about.
Careful the things you say, children will listen. Careful the things you do, children will see and learn. Children may not obey, but children will listen. Children will look to you for which way to turn, to learn what to be. Careful before you say, listen to me. Children will listen. Careful the wish you make, wishes are children. Careful the path they take, wishes come true, not free. Careful the spell you cast, not just on children. Sometimes the spell may last past what you can see and turn against you. Careful the tale you tell, that is the spell. Children will listen, listen. Nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around. Nothing's gonna harm you, no sir, not while I'm around. Demons are prowling everywhere nowadays. I'll send them out, I don't care, I've got ways. No one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare. Others can desert you, not to worry,
that beautiful? So, I welcome you here Wednesday for the chat room. I welcome you here again next week for our next level of messages. I know who you are. I love you. I'm here. Have a great weekend.